Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Letters from the Light Side on the 30th of September 2021. My name's Annie Conboy, and I'm hoping to bring you the inspiration and the guidance from the spirit world, from the angelic realm, and from anybody else who wants to take a little potter into the room to be with us. I'm an intuitive medium and psychic, and I hope that in the channeling that you can take something from this message for you personally. And it might feel as if the week has begun on a heavy start. On Monday we got Mercury going retrograde, and that's another chance for us just to check that we've reviewed everything and we've sorted anything out that needs sorting out. But I think for me sometimes Mercury can feel like it's dragging, it's holding me back. And at times like that, it's not unusual when we feel held back or feel stuck for us to get wobbly. Perfectly normal to get wobbly at the best of times, but when you've got a planetary influence, and remembering that Mercury's in a waning moon, so that a moon that's there for releasing, this is a time when we can have emotional release, and Mercury bringing us some clarity, because funnily enough, when it goes retrograde, it's asking us to reconsider, to reflect, and to maybe take a little bit of personal time and have some personal space in order to just check in with how we're feeling. So you might have found this week a bit highs and lows. Sorry, I'm just laughing because Rafe sort of come in the room and he's just, well, it's too warm. It brings a lot of energy. So I'm hoping that you're going to get some of the energy that he's busy sending out. And the thing about it that he sort of likes to bring me when I'm talking about Mercury retrograde is the understanding that when we look back, we often look back and judge, and we really kind of insist on looking at the decisions and the choices we've made, and maybe running them through the filter of hindsight. Now, of course, hindsight's wonderful, but it's not as it was. You know, what we were doing in the past is doing what we could, trying to be good enough, not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. And it's one of the things that it's important to try to remember. Looking back can help us in the sense of not making those choices again, recognising, oh, well, we've chosen that path 3 different times and it still hasn't worked out, but actually helping us and encouraging us to take a different view of it. Sorry, I've got Durashiel, Archangel Durashiel with me, and Durashiel's very much responsible for helping us as human beings to deal with our emotions and helping us to understand our emotions and the fact that we have emotions to help us to grow and evolve. And one of the things Durashiel's really keen on for me, and the way he brings it to me, is to say, wait, don't look back. You can't look back at life when you're in it. It's too soon to decide what the impacts of your change, your process of choice and change is connected with. You know, we think we are changing in certain directions, and often from the other side, they know we're changing to keep in line with the plan we planned for ourselves. And that, you know, sometimes we worry about the impact of the choices on other people, probably much more than we worry about the impact of the choices on us, says Durashiel. But judging the impact on other people is very difficult, unless they tell you, and even then, are they telling you what they think you want to hear? Are they telling you what they want to hear without acknowledging what you've contributed? There's so many. He's laughing. He's saying there's so many difficulties with human communication. He much prefers this method of energy communication, so he can put the feelings and thoughts straight into me, and me understand exactly what he's talking about without the need for words. We're not there yet. We're not ready to dispense with the words. We need to use the words. So sometimes when we're looking at the impact of our choices, we're looking and we're taking another person's perspective, not our own. And then we judge and judge harshly. So he's asking you in this energy of Mercury, which may be throwing up communication issues, or maybe for kind of reminding you, look inside at how you communicate with yourself, to be more loving, to be a bit more forgiving, to understand that words are a bit like masks. They can hide more than they can reveal. People don't like to feel vulnerable. People don't like to feel scared. People don't like to feel angry. But we do, because life has that impact on us. And he's asking you to just be gentle with yourself, and to don't take the words at face value, if you like, certainly in your internal dialogue, because are you looking back at yourself and judging yourself too harshly? Are you reminding yourself, well, you did the best you could in the circumstances you found yourself? You know, that's the point of forgiveness. That's the starting point of saying, maybe after all, the things that I've done will have a positive impact. And we won't actually, the uncertainty is what drives us up the wall, because we won't know until we get over on the other side and we sit and we review our life and we go, and we actually find out it's far more positive than we ever imagined. The guides always chuckle at me, and I'll say, I did that wrong. I made a mess of that. And they'll say, Annie, you don't know. You may have done exactly the right thing in the right way for everybody to be able to move forward in some way. So just think about using this time as a really good space to praise yourself. That is definitely something we don't do enough. Deraciel always brings me loving words. He brings me those recognitions of what I've done, to say to me, think well of yourself. And that's important. We need to think well of ourselves. We've got into such a mess in this world by thinking badly of ourselves, and to deflect from that, thinking badly of everybody else. And it's a bit of a habit. It's not who we are in our hearts. And Deraciel's bringing me back to bring yourself back to who you are. I know from the endless discussions I've had with my guides, people are not born to be horrible to each other. People are not born to create strife. Yet we manage to do it because we've got patterns going on around us that create that kind of way of living. So if we want to change, we need to change how we deal with ourselves. Sorry. I'm I'm wearing a greeny coloured top tonight. I've got Archangel Parashil here as well. He's the he's the angel. If he'll let me speak, he's the archangel who's responsible for the healing on the planet. And this week there's been a blast of healing energy coming in underneath. Now, sometimes when I talk of energy, it can be a little bit confusing, because I'll say, this energy's around and that energy's around, but it's like layers. a bit like on a cake. There's different layers of energy vibration, and we're skating along sort of in an energy vibration, but there are other energies around us that we can tap into and use to help ourselves. So very much in Mercury, one of the things that is brilliant to do is to recognize the healing energy, recognize the positive flow, and try and get tapped into them. Now, I'm often asked, how do you do that? Well, for me, my guides gave me a very simple technique. I put my hands on myself and I said, can I have some healing? Can I have some love? Can I have some support? Whatever I need in that moment. And I feel it coming in through my hands. It's something I love to do as I'm going to sleep. Or to try and help me sleep when the moon energy is running high. It's a way of acknowledging I'm here as a human being. I'm here in a body. I have a spirit that's trying to deal with all the turbulent energy, but I can help myself, because what I can do is I can ask and then open to be receiving. You know, the number of times that we offer help to others and they refuse, but we do the same. We get offered help and support and we kind of go, oh no, it's fine. Oh, I'll manage. No, it'll be okay. Don't worry. I'm fine. Do it. And it cuts down this flow of positive that can circulate when we all allow ourselves to receive. And Parashil would love it if you would just take any energy that he can give you to help you, to lift you, to boost you, because we're going through a cycle of changes. Even the planets are doing it. You know, we're going through these planetary alignments that are all about us coming out of this current situation, the way the world is, the way humanity is, in a positive way. I hear from my guides and inspirers all the time, don't let your chin drop, Annie. We are coming through this. It will happen. And I think in weeks like this, where the energy's kind of holding us back, or it feels like it's holding us back, that's a really good thing to sort of pin onto, is, right, I'll keep going, plodding on, because I will get moving forward. And then suddenly the moving forward stuff happens. When you live in an intuitive energy world, it happens when it happens, kind of thing, and then it happens for the right reason that it's supposed to happen, and everything becomes an easier, smoother flow, and we can make progress in acknowledging that we've allowed ourselves to take in the good stuff and to release the rubbish stuff, and with the life isn't unpredictable in a way. You know, we recognise life has its ups and downs, and therefore we know we can manage those ups and downs. So this week, if you felt a little bit like I'm not getting anywhere, I'm like that. Rafe's laughing. Just think, right, okay, but there is forward momentum, because Mercury isn't really retrograde. It just appears to be to us. It isn't. It's still moving forward. So underneath things are moving forward. Underneath the synchronicity is happening. And as we go from what appears to be crisis and drama, recognise that that crisis and drama is what we're making of for ourselves. Especially because we look back and we kind of don't let it go. I find it really interesting. We've had a whole load of reporting about how, you know, whatever's happening at the moment is like it was in 1970 something, and it's like, whoa. So it's happening now. Yes, useful to see that we've got we're on repeat. And maybe we need to think about the choices we're taking so we don't get onto another repeat in another 40 years. But does that really help us now? No, it doesn't. Except to say, well, what did we do to get out of it then? Did it work? If it didn't work, if it didn't prevent this happening again, then we need to find something different. We need to find a different solution. So this week, going forward, when you're presented with something that's, oh, how do I sort this out? Pause. Try and notice if you've had that issue before. Try and sort out, is this around a feeling that I've had before? Is this around something that I haven't really understood or tackled or got past? And then say, right, okay, how do I do it differently? If I did it like that in the past, what will I do different this time? And that will help you to find new and creative ways to make your free will choice count, rather than feeling like it's being done to you on a regular pattern, saying, no, I don't have a pattern because I can handle this. We're moving forward in the energy to I want to say a period of calm. I'm laughing because I know when the angels say a period of calm, it's only a period of calm. It's not a total solution. But I want to say that from Sunday, about 10 p.m. at night, there's this lovely, more relaxed energy. It switches through. So plug into that easier flow and remind yourself things are happening as they should. I hate saying this because I hate hearing it. Things are happening for a reason. And allow that. We're still sorting stuff out. So that's okay. It's okay. Actually, Derashiel says it's really okay not to have any answers. It's really okay to feel like, oh, I don't know what to do. Perhaps that's something to remember to express over the coming week. I don't know what to do about that. And then leave it for a little while. Give yourself time to be in that calm flow where you'll recognise eventually what it is you have to do. At the moment, Derashiel says we're getting lots of things popping up to make us think everything is urgent. And some things are urgent. But when everything is urgent, nothing is urgent. There are things we've got to tend to more quickly than others. So in your life, when things are happening this week, again, ask yourself, is this urgent? Do I need to stop and deal with this now? Or is this something that is for me to notice, but I need to park it, leave it on one side? It'll come back to me when it's ready, when I'm ready to make a choice, or when I'm ready to know what I'm doing. I also feel in this very much calmer energy that the guides will step closer. People often think the guides have stepped back, especially when it gets tough in life, when we're sort of feeling stuck and we feel like we're struggling. It can feel like the guides have just stepped out. You think, where are they? What are they doing? They haven't left, but they know that you need support in a different way. So they're not as direct as they would be in normal times. So if you felt like maybe the inspirations from the guides or maybe the feeling of them there, or the sense that somebody's keeping an eye on you is missing, it's not that your guides aren't there. It's that we're going through a period at the moment where we are having to recognise and love ourselves and sort out that inner energy, what powers us, what makes us passionate. I do feel very strongly that we have to be one eye on the future, one eye on the past, and the third eye in the present. That's Darashiel's little saying to me. Sometimes he'll come up and he'll say that to me, and I'll go, ah. And what he means is that we can't understand it all totally by simply beating ourselves up and saying, I don't get it, or this is a problem, or whatever. Look to how you've handled things before. Look to how you want things to turn out. Even if they don't turn out that way, at least you've looked to them. And then let your intuition, let your heart guide you. There are some decisions to be made. We've got a new moon next week, so there are some decisions to be made. I feel that fall out of that lovely change of energy. And what I do want to say is that where people are nervous about where it's all going, we will start to pick up a stronger sense of what the future holds, if you like, as we go along towards November, December. So there's clarity coming through in that. I do need to talk about the planets, because I do need to say that we are, where the planet is concerned, the planet is showing how unhappy she is. The planet is saying, ugh, I'm in pain, I'm weighed down, I'm full of rubbish energy. So sadly, until we pay attention, the planet is going to keep having problems. I'm thinking here about earthquakes, I'm thinking about storms, I'm thinking about volcanic eruptions. We're not addressing what the imbalance is, and so the planet is definitely giving us the biggest shiver it can to say, come on, sort out what's happening. Pay attention, really. That's what the planet's doing, is saying, pay attention. I'm doing all this stuff and you're still not paying attention. You know, we've got fires raging, the Arctic's melting. We will come through this, but the way to come through it best is to choose to work with the planetary energy, with the signals from the planet, and to really address how we start to live in harmony with each other, where there is plenty for all. Because actually, there is plenty for all. We just haven't organised it that way. So, unfortunately, the planet's still carrying on because we're not paying any attention. And I also feel like we have to be very aware that we mirror the planet. We are energy beings in the planet's aura. So you may start to feel planetary stuff. Feel the energies before they happen. Prior to earthquakes, I can often get a headachy feeling. Prior to volcanic eruptions, I usually have a stomach that's erupting. You know, we feel these energies even if we don't acknowledge them. So Darashiel particularly would like you to monitor how you feel emotionally, because it will help you monitor how you feel in connection with the planet. You know, we've made the Earth's lungs almost disappear. That's what our forests and the beautiful plant life is about. That's us. That's our breathing system. Thank you, Darashiel. And you know, when the Earth's not breathing, when that mechanism is damaged, is it any wonder that we might feel it in our own human chest? Not everything is physical. When you're intuitive, when you are using your clairsentience, what you're feeling may be the planetary energy. And it's worth thinking about, you know, helping yourself do that little bit of healing, because if you take the healing, the planet gets some healing as well. This is all Sorry, I'm laughing. He's just saying, this is a lecture for another day. Really. But it's important. It's important to know that our guides are asking us to pay attention and to look at what we are doing and to address it. And I know, because I've had this conversation a lot, it's kind of like, well, how do I deal with it? How do I address it? You know, I can't do anything. I'm only one person. Well, one person can make a huge change simply by recognizing what needs to be done and getting on and doing it. So in your life, remember, you can make a huge difference to everyone around you, and that's part of the Mercury stuff again, recognizing our impact and recognizing our legacy. What do we want to leave? I'm going to be leaving a load of videos, a load of light side videos. Don't know if anybody will ever look at them or find them. The technology will probably be gone. But that's what I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave that, to the best of my ability, the guidance that I've been asked to pass on, you know, to just try to talk to people about these things in perhaps ways that resonate for someone in their heart. You know, talking is brilliant at getting through behind the walls we've built. It's not perfect. It's not it's not the answer in total, as Duracell's already pointed out tonight, but it is the beginning of finding that energy language, of recognizing we need to change the way we express ourselves and to bring much more love and much more support in for each other. So until Sunday evening, it's still going to feel a bit messy and choppy. And maybe even, I can't get out of bed this morning. Or I can't get going. I don't seem to have the energy. That will be how it will feel for the next couple of days. But we've got a shift and a change and a calmer period and plenty of positive energy coming in. The new moon's going to be good. It's always wonderful to get that inspiration from the new moon. So on the new moon, or well, really from Monday next week, let the inspiration come in. Capture those ideas. Don't dismiss them and go, oh, I'll get to that later. Jot them down. They are the things that your guides and inspirers are wanting you to understand about your journey at the moment. So make sure you capture those inspirations and make the most of that wonderful new moon energy. New moons, new beginnings. We get the chance, I love it, we get the chance every 28 days to start afresh. We also get the chance every single day. When you get up tomorrow, you'll be a different person than you are today. You've got a choice how you live your day. You've got a choice about how you interact and the message that you give to the world. Every single day is a new beginning. So, Duracell's last thought for this evening is boost your gratitude factor for the fact that every single day, excuse me, you get a new day. You get a new page to write. To put it in the way that you want, to live the day the way that's best for you. Just take that chance. It's just said carpe diem. Seize the day. I know that we don't like to think about it, but it may be the last. Is it going to be the last day you have full of stuckness and frustration and being cross with yourself? Or is it going to be the day that you say, I'm going to live this one to the full? I'm going to laugh, I'm going to love, I'm going to share. I am going to have so much fun that when I go to sleep tonight, I'll be glad if it turns out to be the last day I ever have. Thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate, I see your names pop up when I'm doing live and you're here watching live. Thank you ever so much. I can't always, I can't type and channel at the same time. I've still not mastered that. Much as it would be useful, I can't do it. So I do appreciate when you put comments and when you're watching, and I appreciate. I'm good, thanks. So thank you for asking. I hope that you are good. I hope that this little bit of channeled information can help you to stay in that feeling good zone, and enjoying every single day. Thank you also if you watch on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you, thank you if you watch on catch up. I know lots of people this time is inconvenient for them, but they do pick up and catch it on catch up. So thank you. I really appreciate you letting me have the privilege of speaking for my guides, and if it helps in any way, that is my job done. Take care everyone, and I'll be back next Thursday, not as late as tonight. Bye. Good evening everyone, and welcome to